Lights, camera, action!
What up, friends? So I didn't know if I could even say something or whatever, but then I saw a lot of people making announcements on social media. So I was just like, all right, I guess it's cool. So I'm gonna make an announcement myself. I have been accepted into the IWC, the Independent Writers Caucus. If you are unfamiliar with the IWC, here's how they describe themselves on their website. The Independent Writers Caucus is a diverse association of emerging industry-vetted writers, many with produced credits, option properties, experience in writers' rooms, advanced degrees in screenwriting and filmmaking, and all with a love for bringing story to life in 1,000 different new and evolving ways. You know, I just think this is super cool. I I applied for this a while back. Shout out to my boys, Kenny and Jabril. I don't know if y'all remember, but I mentioned, I was hanging out with Kenny and Jabril a few months back, and they actually mentioned the IWC to me because they are members of the IWC. And the way they kind of sold me on it, there were two things that they said, the way they explained it to me, and this is something that, the IWC, like, this is their mission, this is something that they say, is that their goal is to help emerging writers become WGA writers, which means, you are a professional screenwriter, you work on projects, or you've sold a script, or, you're in a writer's room or whatever. Their goal is to help you get to that next level. And, a lot of things that Kenny and Jabril were saying to me, really, I mean, I was just like, yes, this all sounds amazing. This all sounds cool. But then they were like, yeah, you get to talk to, working screenwriters, and, they pair you up, mentorships and all this stuff. And our first call was with Shane Black. And I was like, wait a minute, what? I've said this before. Shane Black is hands down my favorite screenwriter. He's had a legendary career, and he's super talented. You guys know who Shane Black is. He is the writer of the first Lethal Weapon, first and second, co-writer of the second, but also, films like The Last Boy Scout, The Long Kiss Goodnight, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, The Nice Guys, Iron Man 3, which is a fantastic film. I don't understand people that don't like Iron Man 3 and don't like the twist, and Iron Man 3 is fucking great. I just think that Shane Black is a phenomenal screenwriter. The point is, when my boys were telling me that that's the caliber of screenwriter that, they're talking with, they're meeting with, they're telling me about all the great things that the IWC does, the events, that they hold, and the programs that they have, the initiatives that they have. They're just like, this is a really good opportunity. And so they said, we think you should apply. So I did. I filled out the application. I had to share some of my work with them. I shared with them my screenplay for Azalea, and it's just like, all right, I applied, and we'll see what happens. And I was actually thinking about the IWC recently. I was just like, well, I guess I haven't heard anything, so I guess it's not going to happen. And sure enough, Friday, I was on break from the day job, and I was like, let me check my email, see if anybody's reached out to me for anything. And I was pleasantly surprised to see this email, which said, "Congratulations on your acceptance to the IWC. Jay, thank you for your recent application to the Independent Writers Caucus. We are pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted, and we look forward to your membership beginning October 1st, 2025. So yeah, I'm just like, for sure. And as I said, I didn't know if I could say anything. I didn't see anything that said, hey, don't post about this, don't say anything about this. I just wasn't sure. But then, I went on social media, like on Twitter and on Threads. And I saw some people posting, and some fellow writers that, people that I know, people that I follow. And they're just like, yes, I got accepted to the IWC, and I was just like liking and congratulating all them. But yeah, I was just like, all right, well, shit, I can make an announcement as well. So here is my announcement. This is me letting the world know that I have been accepted into the Independent Writers Caucus, and I am just super excited, and I'm looking forward to I'm just looking forward to, like, doing great things with the organization, with my fellow screenwriters. Again, shout out to Jabril and Kenny. Without them, I wouldn't have known, I wouldn't have thought to apply for membership. Yeah, those brothers are the best. So shout out to them. They just recently wrapped a short film titled Gathered. And I read the script for Gathered. Thought it was a great premise. Like, I am looking forward to seeing how Gathered turns out. So shout out to them. Kenny and Jabril, I love y'all. For real. But yeah, I am super, super excited. The Independent Writers Caucus. Yo, I'm excited. Speaking of Azalea, I need to make a video talking about this script, talking about this script's journey. So that's probably going to be the next one. That's probably going to be the next video that I make. And the thing about it is the journey's not even finished. But I do want to talk to y'all about this script because I love it. I think it's special. It's certainly one of the best things that I've ever written. It's something that I hope to see made, something that I hope to make if I'm given that opportunity. But it's a very important script, very important piece of work. I know that they say don't be precious about your work and this, that, and the other, but y'all know how personal Azalea is to me and, the story behind it, what inspired it. So got high hopes for it. I got high hopes, but I will be talking about that. And I do want to give y'all an update on Key. I am almost finished. Like, when I tell y'all I'm almost finished, I probably just need to write like another 5 pages. Like, I'm right there at pretty much the last scene. So, yeah. Super, super duper excited. I'll probably tackle that tomorrow before I head out in these Los Angeles streets. Because I plan on being in the streets tomorrow. All right, friends, that's it. I just wanted to quickly share that good news. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Again, thank you for continuing to rock with me. I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.